Imagine this. A shot rings out on a misty June morning in 1859. Not from soldiers, not from revolutionaries, but from a farmer on a lonely speck of land in the Pacific Northwest. The target? A pig. Not a symbol, not a metaphor, just a pig, rooting around in someone else's potato patch. Yet this single shot, fired on a remote island known to few beyond its sheep, its fog and its fences, nearly brought two mighty empires, the United States and the British Crown, to the brink of war. And at the heart of it all stood a dead pig, a stubborn farmer, and a disputed frontier. San Juan Island, nestled in the frigid waters between Vancouver Island and mainland Washington, was no man's land. Claimed by both Britain and the United States, and inhabited by a patchwork of settlers, fur traders and farmers. According to the vague wording of the 1846 Oregon Treaty, which attempted to draw a boundary between the two powers, ownership of the island remained ambiguous. It was into this crazy grey zone that Lyman Cutler, an American farmer, arrived. He built his modest homestead, planted his potatoes, and tried to live a quiet life. But his neighbour, Charles Griffin, was a member of the Hudson's Bay Company, a British enterprise with its own design on the land, and he let his pigs roam free. One of those pigs developed a particular taste for Cutler's potatoes. Again and again it returned, munching with impunity. Warnings were issued, tempers simmered. Then one day, in a flash of frustration, Cutler raised his rifle and shot the pig dead. It should have ended with a handshake or a payment. Instead, Griffin demanded $100 in compensation. Cutler refused, offering $10 instead. Griffin escalated the matter to British authorities, who threatened to arrest Cutler. The tension that had long simmered beneath the island's surface now threatened to explode. Cutler panicked and called for help to the United States Army. Within weeks, Captain Pickett, later infamous for Pickett's charge at Gettysburg, was dispatched to San Juan with a detachment of soldiers. He declared the island US territory and dared the British to challenge him. The British responded in kind, dispatching 3 warships under the command of Captain Hornby. There they stood, 2 men on the edge of an empire, staring each other down over a pig. As August rolled in, nearly 500 American soldiers and 5 British warships with over 2,000 Marines had been drawn into the standoff. Orders came down from both governments to avoid bloodshed at all costs. But neither side wanted to blink. The world watched in quiet disbelief. A second war of 1812? Over pork? And yet, not a single shot was fired. Eventually, cooler heads prevailed. A joint military occupation was agreed upon, 1 British camp, 1 American, and they coexisted peacefully on the island for 12 years, playing cricket, sharing whiskey, and laughing at how close they'd come to war over a farm animal. So why did this happen? Because empires are fragile, proud, and easily bruised, especially on their far-flung edges. Because treaties written in distant capitals often leave behind vague lines and overlapping claims. Because a pig, just doing what pigs do, became the spark in a dry forest of diplomatic tension, and because sometimes a single bullet can echo louder than cannons if it hits the right nerve. The pig war reminds us that history doesn't always turn on battles and kings. Sometimes it turns on a potato patch and a pig who wandered into the wrong place at the wrong time. You like this story? Like and subscribe for more crazy history.